Hello there, Leo, and welcome to your timeless oracle messages. I hope you're doing well. And Leo, my kitten Lenny couldn't resist, but he wanted to be here. So, yes, my kitten Lenny is here with you as well. And Leo, we're going to be finding out what your oracle messages are. Oh, you've got a herald of change. This is a bringer of change. You just need to sit pretty. Take good care of yourself. I feel that you've already done enough. A solution or some type of arrival, some type of good news is on its way to you, and it's going to force positive change. Now, this might be a time where you're being asked to take action when the time is right, or someone may be taking action on you. So let's get a little bit more about the herald of change here. I really sense fire sign and air sign coming through. So take the zodiac signs how you want to. Don't worry if you don't care, but I got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's get a little bit more about the horsemen here. Oh, you're releasing doubt. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, this is going to make you feel good. Oh, it's going to make you feel so much more confident about what the hell has really been going on. Okay, I release the need to know all the answers. Don't. Now, can I bring something up? Because I was getting a message earlier, and I feel I need to share it with you because I feel there's something about not continuing the stride, not continuing to prod and plan. I mean, I feel like there's something where you're trying to fix a problem where you don't need to fix anything. You've done enough. You need to sit pretty and watch and wait. But while you're doing that, you must be in this place of total trust, which is the opposite of doubt. Now, doubt will also breed anxiety. It will breed fear. It will breed more doubt, more worries. So something is happening here, and something may already be in the midst of change. Now, just go with it. Allow whatever is changing to give you answers, okay? Because Spirit is saying at this time, you got to remain flexible. But whatever this change is, it's going to make you feel so much more confident about your path. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. I'm just going to have to work around Mr. Lenny here. Open your intuition. Okay, I really get High Priestess coming in. Now, High Priestess is a sacred divine feminine, but she or he is also very intuitive, very much aware of the unseen realms. Now, some of you, not all of you, you may be a little uncomfortable with opening your intuition. You know, it's not easy sometimes, but you've got to practice opening and trusting yourself first. So you are getting clarification, but the clarification is going to come from within here. Let's get a little bit more about open your intuition here. Seek clarification. Sometimes when our intuition is way open, though, it can get it confusing if we aren't consciously aware of the energies that are at play and also our own energies here. I'm going to have to move this kitten here. He might just be right in the middle of everything. Oh, wow. Okay. New choices. And you are coming into bringing something maybe from the depths of your own soul and allowing it to finally arrive or rise and breathe. You're breathing life into something here. Now, I know it's easier said than done at times about this doubt. Now, when you are trying to find all the answers right now, when you think about that, that's actually putting that vibration that you aren't trusting. What you need, when you need, will arrive. Some of you are getting more enhanced abilities when it comes to your own intuition and what is rising up from within you. New possibilities, new choices. Yes, even a new life or lives with others here. You're opening up your intuition because there's something strong about your life purpose and what it means to you and what you're developing you know, as far as your own talents, skills, knowledge, and clarity. You know, Spirit is saying for some of you, give it another try. Don't give up on your own inner guidance here. I want to get a little bit more. Look at that. X marks the spot. I can't help but notice we got 10, 10, 10. I mean, this is 20, but X marks the spot here. There's going to be, if you felt you lost a chance, or if there is something going on, maybe with family or important relationships, or maybe even money, you're finding a deeper meaning and creating something far more stable than maybe you realize. So there is something for you to be proud of here, Leo, when it comes to guiding yourself to a very prosperous opportunity and stability here with the 10 of Pentacles. Now, I can't help but notice too that there's a family thing going on here. Family healing, making amends, forgiveness, releasing. Some of you, you may have inherited a lot of doubt and worry from our lovely family members that we were born into, you know? And you might be noticing that. There may be 3 major events that have lined up with you. I feel that you might feel really tired. In fact, you might be feeling a little wary here. So before you open intuition, make sure that you've given away the doubt, you've given away the need to know the answers. And that's another thing with the intuition. You can't force your intuition to give you answers, okay? I had to learn that the hard way. You really have to allow yourself to be in a place of equanimity, of a place where you are serene as much as possible and relaxed. Put your intentions out there. See what is being delivered either through thought, feeling, or visions, and then allow it to just show you something without having to quickly assume something, because the story is unfolding for you. You've got some type of happy destination here. Okay, let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Look at, some of you may even have a business, or you may be, you know, getting some type of monetary gain through some type of maybe spiritual gift of yours. Okay? So just take that if it resonates, because look at this, channel your knowledge. Oh my goodness, it literally says critical judgment. You see that at the bottom there? If it will come into focus. Well, look at that. We got that judgment there too. It's like your intuition, your inner world has the map. This is why I keep getting something about X marks the spot here. Channel your knowledge. This is a time where you absolutely, Spirit is saying, you've got a beautiful gift of channeling insight, knowledge, creative things. If you allow yourself room to not have yourself buried with the, you know, everyday stresses of the world, and, you know, create a space here. And that's the thing, is creating that time, creating that space to challenge. Okay, well, maybe to challenge something, but channel your knowledge here, because you do have the gift of insight. You have this gift and ability that the divine is bestowing on you. Look at all that energy that's coming from the divine here to you. So you have to take great responsibility as well by cultivating more trust, not having to figure it all out, going with what you're being given right now in this moment. You're going to be fine. Your change is already happening, and it's coming. What else? Oh, that's funny. Remember when, oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. I had to start over on your reading because, Leo, uh, Lenny jumped up onto the table and it got a little messy. But anyhow, this is actually funny because when when I first started your reading, the Nine of Wands came out, okay? Which was letting me know that we're in a place of, something may have thrown you off guard. You may be at a place where you're getting really tired and exhausted here. But we really have to take care of the mental plane right now. Spirit is saying, you've got this ability to open yourself up. But if there's too much worries, stress, because yes, this Nine of Swords is also bringing about the dark night of the soul. We're bringing maybe something that just needs to be brought to the light. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all have to go through periods where we got to bring parts of ourselves to the light, to be accepted. That's really all it is. It's not to feel bad or embarrassed or shameful. It's just to have acceptance. But we do need to take care and not worry too much here. Man, that Nine of Swords. So let's get a little bit more about the Nine of Swords for you. What is Spirit's advice or information about this Nine of Swords for Leo? The change is going to happen. Herald of change. This is going to be out of your control. The only thing that you can control is to remain confident, calm, and steadfast. You've got some type of great change here. You got to release the need to know all the answers. This is divine intervention. The divine is helping you with some type of great change because something is happening here where you are getting more and more clear about your life path. You're becoming very clear too about the relationships that you've gone through, that you're experiencing now, and your future ones. Now, I want you to notice something too. I like the fact that the Tower actually came out with this because I feel like we're feeling like a victim or a prisoner in our own world or mind. And guess what? Spirit is saying, let my Leo go. And if that means you Leo, Spirit is saying, let my Leo go. And that's Spirit talking to the ego. Because the ego does serve us well, but it also can not serve us so well. And so this is freedom, right? This is a sense of false imprisonment. What we feel is a false imprisonment must be torn down. We're moving out of stagnation as well. See, that's the other thing. I feel that you've been feeling like life is plateaued or you've been stagnating here. Your cosmic ancestors love you. You have divine helpers, okay? You are one that is able to access, to channel divine knowledge and guidance. Whatever you want to voice to the cosmic ancestors, do it. They're not judging you. Even if you want to vent out, okay? Even if you want to maybe even cuss, okay? They don't care. They don't judge. They're there to take it in for you and to tell you that your life is going in a good direction. You're never left without some type of guidance, and you never will be. In fact, I feel there has been some, okay, I keep getting these tens. You might have had like back-to-back like completions here, which was a powerful process. And so when you're doing things energetically here, when you're closing chapters or completing something in your soul's journey, this affects you physically, okay? It will make you feel tired, but then you could also feel very, what's the word? Excited or high energy. Okay, now you're definitely leaving a chapter behind. Let's get a little bit more about voice your concerns. This is the cosmic ancestors, divine helpers surrounding you. Now, some of you got to be careful too, because sometimes when we give into too much you know, okay, how do I say this without it being confusing? Because sometimes when you know, people are saying, okay, listen to your intuition, you know, it's not so much where you have to focus on it too much, but sometimes when we're, you know, too deep into concentrating on our intuition, we can also lose ourselves in there, you know? So you got to have that fine line. Do things that ground yourself first off, okay? And make sure you do have a space to just have quietness. Okay, let's get a little bit more about cosmic ancestors. Also, the cosmic ancestors are reminding you that you are a being of light. You are to voice your concerns and your worries or your indecisions, because there is something about concentrating right now on what you're receiving inside of you. Now, if something is bothering you, push it away. This isn't about making you feel bad. This isn't about making you feel doubtful. This is about making you feel strong on the inside, connected on the inside. Because once you're connected and confident in your connection on the inside through spirit, you aren't going to worry about the external world as much. Put your problems to the side. I feel, Leo, Spirit is saying quit focusing on the problems and trying to fix everything. Ignore it. Just ignore it. It will find a solution on its own. We have air sign coming through with the Two of Swords. What else for Leo? Oh, Leo. Ooh, you got the Chariot here. Some type of important change. Yes, and it could be very fast. Right now, you are just maintaining the course. It's like, really, hold the course right now. Hold where you're at. Cultivate trust. Talk to the cosmic ancestors more. See what is coming to you as well. Now, there may be an opportunity to take some type of adventure or travel. I would say yes. But with the Chariot here, we're well on our way to removing the obstacles that may have been a big speed bump for you. So we have victory. We may even have an important position that we're coming into as well, that not only benefits you, but benefits others as well. Some of you, there may be something hung up about a vehicle here too. There may be. I want to get a little bit more too with the Chariot. We have Cancer coming through with the Chariot. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm just seeing you kind of riding in life. See, look, High Priestess. Oh my God. This is you getting into the driver's seat, trusting your intuition, opening yourself up to trusting the universe more and more. Okay, yes. There's something strong about you moving towards great victory here. So you may need to move in silence, okay? Keep things to yourself. You know, there may be strategies, plans, ideas. Keep them to yourself until the time is right, because we got to give some type of incubation time. Pisces is showing up with the High Priestess. Oh, we got some new love forming. Yeah, your relationships are going to be changing and shifting for the better. Now, I know there may have been some losses in relationship, because as we go through life, you know, we lose some, we gain some, we sustain some. You've got love here. You've got some type of eternal union. And this is really coming back to a place of unconditional love first, and finding that within yourself. But you got to trust that new love is forming here. You know, there's something powerful going on too, where you may not realize how powerful you are and how magnetic you are. And I do see that you possibly, most likely have a secret admirer or secret admirers. Now, take that how it resonates for you. When it comes to an important relationship or relationships, you're going to be seeing it and feeling it on a whole new level. This is a new love that is forming from a place where we have really gone through the change. We've gone through a period where we're not feeling all tied up. We're not feeling even maybe wounded. We're feeling excited, curious, more in tune with exploring, expressing oneself in another, and vice versa. So this can definitely be a beautiful thing if you're open to it. So expect to start seeing your relationship with yourself and with others to improve. And if that means that you're leaving some relationships or whatever in the dust, well, then there you go. You got to keep doing your thing though. Now, not all of you are leaving some people in the dust here. Let's see, what else for Leo? There is an arrival of someone here. See, there's an arrival of someone. Take good care of yourself. I mean, you really want to put yourself on a pedestal. Maybe you already are. Hopefully you are. But a lot of you've been tending to others here. And Spirit is saying it's time to tend and nurture yourself, to feel good about you in your own skin. Because there is a very attractive energy here too. And we are in a place of nurturing abundance, creating more abundance, or being given the opportunity here to have abundance, especially if you've been lacking that abundance. Now, abundance shows up in many forms, materially and energetically here. Okay, so you have reached a level. You know, Leo, I almost called you guys Taurus for some reason. Okay, so Leo, you know, I feel this kind of like Aquarius title, or maybe it was something I said in Aquarius's reading that I feel is resonating with you. There's something that maybe you just need to be reminded, if you've forgotten, that you've already changed. You've already become someone else. So we do have to watch out for old stories or old triggers or old cycles and patterns, how we used to be, because sometimes when we're going through a change, especially big changes, it will have you in a place of doubting, and makes you want to come back to a place of comfort, and then it makes you question whether you did something right or wrong. You did something right. So right now, Spirit wants you to sit pretty and watch. You're attracting exactly what it is that you need. Who and what you need here. What else? Some of you Leos may be healing some type of mother issues. Temperance, we got Sagittarius coming through. See, you've already arrived. You can't push it anymore. So if you feel that it's all been about solve, work, do, try to do less of that. Just a little bit until it starts to feel far more balanced. See, this is also you using your intuition as well when it comes to healthy changes that give you more balance. Because this is about divine orchestration, divine harmony, and divine timing. Whatever is making its way to you, it is divinely orchestrated. And this is why the ego battles at times, because the ego wants to know when, how, what, because that's what the ego likes to do. It's already forming here. It's already on its way to you. What else for Leo? Leo, you got the moon. Okay, the dark night of the soul. Remember, I was bringing up the dark night of the soul. This is the moon too. And Leo, I would would say there definitely has been a relationship change, or at least a perspective change too. Now, stay clear of anything or anyone that may be giving you bad vibes. And I don't want you to assume something, because I don't want you to make a story about it. But with the moon, there's just a lot of mysteries, and there could be secrets. I mean, with the moon and the high priestess, there could be secrets, okay? Now, the moon is that dark night of the soul, though. Let's get a little bit more about the advice for this moon. And also, don't be afraid of what surfaces. This isn't about feeling bad. Okay, we got the King of Cups. Your life is about to change. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's like heaven is working behind the scenes for you, and you will be guided through a time of darkness or uncertainty. But you got to be willing to go through the twists and turns here, because there's a meandering pathway. It's not just a straight path. So this is why Spirit is saying, take your time to enjoy what has all happened thus far. Think about the past too, about how you listened to your intuition and made, the right choices, and what has happened. Some of you might feel that you're on this, like you're having to do a course correction. Well, that may be true, but how about heaven is going to correct your course, and you don't need to worry about it, because somehow, some way, boy, you might be overly emotional about something and someone here, because it's going to be an opportunity that you will feel so excited about. It could be everything that you want, or who you want. There's definitely someone that holds a lot of love for you, either now or in the future. There's deep emotion for you. And this person is seeing growth. You're seeing growth. You're creating abundance. Also, you've got this ability to take on whatever other things that you may have going on, because I feel that we're having to multitask and try to be talented with that. And you are talented with that. Just own it, that you are capable. But the other thing is you're doing something where you've opened yourself up to exploring creative passions. There may be a love of ocean, the love of sea, maybe someone or you that has, some type of special connection with the waters here. Now, the other thing is if you can remain poised and calm here, because what Spirit is saying is, yes, you may need to wait for better options to arrive, and they will. Remain tolerant of a situation and others, and just know that heaven is sending you this right opportunity. And again, it will be unexpected, but it will be very exciting, and it's going to give you a new direction in life. So this is where Spirit is saying you're saddling up, you're getting ready, but you're getting ready by preparing to summon calmness, trust, love. There is a lot of love for you, Leo. What else? Okay. Balance will be restored. The Temperance is a card of restoration. But what do you think your job is to do? Whenever the Temperance shows up, it says, take a moment. Know that you've arrived. Know that you don't need to push or go any further. You don't even need to worry about the past. Oh my God, I love this too. You know what? You're literally, okay, this is what it is. You're going to be exposing a new self of you to the world. You've been doing things to yourself internally and externally, and you're going to be revealing a real radiant and beautiful side of yourself. Balance will be restored. Oh, this is what I got excited about. I just wanted to show you. I was talking about that meandering pathway, and here you are as a crawfish, right? because you have to go through the depths of the water of your own soul. And that means that we have to sit in sometimes we do. We just have to accept that things are not always comfortable, but they're going to be okay. Now look at how you have shape-shifted into the form that you need to be because you have arrived. Look at that. Look at the meandering pathway and then look, there it is. And then you're done. And look what you've arrived. And it's so peaceful. This is harmony. This is harmony in action. I'm a little bit worried about my kitten being over here because he may hit the record button or something because he's done that before and we've had an issue. Anyhow, let's continue for you, Leo. Oh, Leo, 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 Leo. We got something really good. Now, I know something is going on where you may be questioning your own security and stability, but don't. You need to stand your ground and also understand that there is absolutely some type of very mature and wonderful union coming into play. So we do have a mother and a father, or the divine feminine, divine masculine here. This is the counterpart. I mean, look at that eternal union here. Wow. Okay, now you may question your stuff right now, but Spirit is saying you're far more stable than you realize. And I just see this thing, Leo, where your blood, your bloodline, your soul DNA, if we want to talk about that, is royalty. Heaven is going to give you everything that you want. Believe this. You and where you come from is abundance. This is why Spirit is saying it's going to be very important too, not to back down from things that you've already created or the things that you feel strong about and the things that you're building up to. This is why the Ten of Pentacles is showing up. You've got the Empress and the Emperor. This is abundance. This is where the king, the queen, or all the kings and the queen, which is the Empress and the Emperor reside. Look at the water behind the Empress too. See, you've already arrived. You've already arrived. You're halfway out. I want you to see this. You too, Leo, are straddling between worlds. Half of your body is in the water, half of it's out. But you've arrived. And so the only thing that I would say is to pay attention to old stories, especially even things that you might have seen as, growing up, or things that maybe family or people, society try to condition you to believe, especially if it tries to get you away from, feeling abundant. So you've arrived. I feel that you've already gone through the worst of it, okay? Let's see, what else for Leo? And I have to work around Lenny's tail here. All right. Yep, you've arrived. Oh my goodness. The power of community and the sacred contract. You're coming into some type of contract here because you've done some type of soul completion. And what you can feel good about is that this contract isn't just any regular contract. This is a sacred one, and it's a new beginning. It's what you want. The final adjustments have been made, and here you are. You've arrived. And so we can start new. So I do see that there is new soul contracts for you to get excited about. A community or another or others. Don't feel that you have to do something alone as well. Now, take it if it resonates, because some of you might already be in this, but there's definitely a high chance of you having some type of business or opportunity to give back in a way where I feel that you've already, you've got talents, you've got something here. So there may be, a job opportunity, a business opportunity, career, whatever opportunity. What else for Leo? And remember, Leo, I was telling you to keep things to yourself. Now look at this. Look at what, oh my God, you have a sacred contract coming your way. This is what the High Priestess is holding. This is what she's keeping pure and sacred by keeping it to herself. Surrender. Oh my God, surrender. You know what, Leo? You might be addicted to trying to fix problems, and I don't want to say that to challenge you, because I've seen it in myself too. So don't worry. But I think we do. People can become addicted to constantly trying to fix mistakes or problems or what we perceive as a problem. What if the problem is actually the solution? This is why Spirit is saying, be yielding here. The change that you want is already happening. It's going to happen, baby. You have to release your need to control. I just see you in your strength card position, actually, which would be associated with Leo, right? Because you're really having to control the impulse to having to make sure it's done right, it's done your way, or figuring this out. And it's normal. But surrender to Spirit. Spirit already has the pathway for you. You might not be able to see it all just yet, but the clouds will move away and you'll see your path very clear. Okay, what else for Leo? We got a friendship here. Yes. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit more. Because I'm getting a mixed feeling with this friendship. I'm getting a little bit of a mixed feeling. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. People are our teachers as well. Life is our teacher. Now, we may need to watch out, though, too, when it comes to friends that maybe we assume to be friends or companions, especially if they're trying to lead you into a way where, and this will only resonate if you feel this, where they're leading you back to a path of old patterns and habits that you've really outgrown. But the other thing that's happening here too is you're forming new bonds or enhancing your current bonds, and something is happening with you and others at this time. There's an awakening of other souls here. So what's important, and we also have this gathering around the power of community. So Spirit absolutely wants you to not feel that you have to do something alone or be alone. In fact, if you feel the nudge to call a friend or family member or connect, do that. Now let's get a little bit more. What's important for Leo to know about the friendship here? Yeah, see, I feel that, friends or people, relationships, whatever, they come in our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. You do have a lifer here, so don't worry about that. A ride to die person here. But yes, when it comes to friends, accepting friends as they are, not pushing it any further or any less, because you're learning to accept things that I cannot change, including friends, people, right? Because sometimes what yes, and then that might be too, because I see a lot of you do have a passion to really want to help and heal others. And I feel that you get disheartened too and discouraged when you're not seeing improvements with others. Now that's where we have to break free. That's where we just have to detach and allow heaven to take over and that soul to take over. Because really, you can only teach and guide so much. And if another is not accepting of it because their soul may not be ready, well, that's fine. You don't need to carry it any further, because I feel that this is what you're doing, is lightening your own load in your own chariot so that you can travel quickly and lightly to your victory destination. And yes, we may need to utilize a lot of love and acceptance with others, especially when we don't agree. So we may need to be in a place of, agree to disagree. And that's going to help you too come up with some type of solution, because I do see some type of win-win situation when it comes to maybe family, friends, or maybe a community, somewhere where you've had some type of maybe power control or some type of conflict, some type of struggle. What else? Moving out of stagnation. Okay, this is it. This is the divine intervention, whether it comes through some type of, event or epiphany. It is a game changer. It's going to move you out of stagnation. Look at the dust devil too. Look at all the dust. Now, don't be fooled, because that dust, once it settles, hey, you're going to see something here. You're not going to be able to deny the opportunity that has come out of moving from stagnation. This is why we have to surrender the need to control. The word devil there, I just see the devil card, because the devil wants to figure it all out, or can become addicted and obsessed, to working too hard, fixing things all the time, that's why we have to know our extremes right now and take good care of yourself, right? Because heaven is doing something here where it's going to happen faster for you if you allow heaven to help you, rather than you trying to force it the way that you want to do it in your timing. What else? Yeah, okay. Yep. Oh, we've had it. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And we're just talking about lightening your load as you're traveling here through life, right? And yeah, there may have been some harsh words exchange, or maybe no words exchange, that's left our heart hardened. But we may need to just laugh at it. Because the thing is your heart isn't meant to be closed off. It's why when your heart is closed off, we feel so awful. Now, it doesn't mean that we share our heart with everyone, but you can be open and trusting regardless of the situation or the circumstances, because you've mastered tolerance. You've mastered understanding. You've mastered releasing and letting go of others and allowing them to find their own way if need be. Now, that may sound harsh, but in reality, it's not. Because sometimes what happens is you can become someone's wheelchair or crutch in a way, Now, take that if it resonates. It may not. But I'm getting King or Queen of Swords when I see this humor card, where life has gotten so damn serious. We've really been hardened here in a way. But at the same time, you've got this ability to bring that youthful, curious, fun side and make jokes, okay? Because whatever is going to happen anyways, Leo, it's going to put you on the other side where you're laughing. Really, you're the one laughing. What else? The celestial gatekeeper, timing is critical. Got that sacred contract here. X, and I keep getting this X marks the spot thing. Timing is critical. Let's get more about this. I mean, look at this. We're having to pass, these towers here. There's a passage. It's important for Leo to know about the timing is critical. Celestial gatekeeper. Yeah, oh my God, oh my goodness. This get back into your heart space regardless of what has happened. I know maybe it's easier said than done, but once you get into, and maybe you already are, I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. Empathy. I mean, this is the epitome of empathy, is the King of Cups or Queen of Cups. Actually, I feel it would be more of the Queen of Cups, but the King of Cups, no doubt, has great empathy, great intuition, but the King of Cups also has the ability to have a poker face as well, you know. But you are in this place. There's some type of karmic justice happening. Something's happening with you aligning something here in your own way. So we do need to be more understanding of others, I feel, especially if others are pushing your buttons or making you question things. You know, if some of you are dealing with maybe haters or something like that, you know, sometimes you just have to realize that that soul is just not mature enough to be proud or happy or even open-minded enough to just allow another to believe what they want to believe and do what they want to do. But the more that you free yourself from feeling constricted, especially in the heart space, because look, we're closing our heart off, and that may have worked, but we gotta open the heart up. And I'm not saying you're opening it up to someone. I'm saying you're opening it up to first yourself, because without your heart opening, you can't hear your intuition. You can't receive divine messages. You can't. It just doesn't work that way. And so this is why life gets a little tricky. Relationships get a little tricky. But when you have a healthy relationship with yourself that we all work on, that we're all trying to master, that healthy relationship with yourself and a higher power, you will not go wrong, even when you think you make mistakes. And yes, we all make mistakes. Who cares? We all get a chance to make amends, correct things, make new choices, and bring in new energy. But the most important thing is not telling yourself an old story here, because you've already become someone new. Embrace it, own it, surrender to it. What else? Look at that. You've crossed, or you are crossing the bridge here. This is the initiation. Allowing the stagnant energy to just be without maybe even trying to fix the stagnant energy. You're just going to keep going. You're just doing your thing here. Now, the crossing can bring a sense of maybe worry, because we don't know what is in there. We're going to get a little bit more about that. Look at balancing act. We're just talking about that whole balancing. Temperance, the chariot, graceful. I feel the secret right now is not moving too fast. And possibly, hear me out too, possibly not making decisions too quickly, because we're still gaining more information and more clarity here. But what you can do is just maintain your sense of balance regardless of what others are doing or what the world is doing, what your world is doing. And you're not only balancing it, but because you've mastered something, you're doing it in a graceful way here. So this is temporary. This is meaning that, yes, we have to go through the ebbs and flow of our own emotions, of our own resources, the ebbs and flows of relationships, because they're all changing. That's the initiation. But I want you to notice something. You're almost there. You're 90% there, Leo. You're 90% there. See, I told you you're like half. Well, if, you know, yeah, look at that. Maybe it's half of the body, but half in the water and half out. What else for Leo? Oh my God. Yep. Okay. I really understand. I totally understand you, Leo. I really do. I wish we could have like all day to talk. I really wish we could. Love and light, act with care. Now, this is important because you are a person who carries a lot of love and light. But when we're in harsh energies and when we're too consumed by other people's problems and their issues, we get lost in their own darkness, okay? And we tend to lose ourselves. We tend to lose energy. Now, Spirit is saying, you've done all that you can. You've helped people along the way, and you don't need to help any longer. What you need to do is just stand in this energy of love and light and send them love and light and allow heaven to take care of them. Allow their spirit guides to take care of them, because it's becoming too much of a burden for you. And like I said, you only can help people so much, right? And that's one of the things that's hard for people who have a profession or who have a talent or who have a passion for helping others, healing others, guiding others, is that you start to take responsibility for them failing or what you perceive them not healing. And that's the wrong thing. You've done enough. And now all you got to do is stand in your own truth of love and light and making sure that you're taking care of your energy, making sure that you are tending to yourself here, where we're not influenced by others' problems, others' vices, others' whatever. Because you've done enough. You really have. Living light energy, see the beauty in life. You might be feeling a pull now or in the near future where you're going to start maybe reigniting, if you had it before, or just igniting a love of nature, gemstones, crystals, nature, plants, flowers, because all of a sudden you have activated this light and you start seeing the divine not only in yourself but in living things, not just people. And yes, by the way, you will see it in someone, because you have become something so beautiful, and Spirit just wants you to keep honoring that you deserve this beautiful love that is forming. And it's going to form in your material world. So things will start lighting up. Nature will start speaking to you in a way that you did not even know nature could speak to you, because it's hitting a place in your heart that ignites some type of resonance here. You feel home here. So the forces of nature and the forces of spirit are working together to band together to bring you happiness. You've been trying too hard to make others happy. That's been the thing here. What else? Yep, a radical acceptance. Didn't we get a card of oh my God, look at that. Spirit wants you to radically accept all the love, because love does not come just from a human. Love comes from nature. Love comes from life. Love comes from God, the universe. Now you have to be open to accepting it, because I was getting the King or the Queen of Swords, and if you notice, we've got our heart blocked here. So open up a little bit here to yourself, to life. Feel love in your heart so that your heart isn't harboring pain, resentment, guilt, worries, that it's harboring love, acceptance. And by the way, there is a, if you don't have this yet, there's this energy here where you have a beloved here, and it goes beyond superficiality because it's eternal. There's something that you just cannot deny. You can't explain it. There's some type of union and love that defies logic. So don't try to understand it and don't try to explain to people. That's part of the problem here for some, not all of you. You try to explain things from a place where others don't really have your background or the knowledge or the access that you get, and so it can be a little off-putting, or they just misunderstand. But that's okay too, because you don't need to prove nothing, because proving something just wears you down. What else? All you got to do is accept all the love that is around you, because there is a lot of love around you. Spirit is giving you messages. You've got loved ones on the other side. Oh my gosh, I'm not surprised at the Ascended Masters. I'm surprised the Ascended Masters didn't come out. Angelic beings, divine helpers are all around you, helping you observe anything that could be a trap, but also showing you what's possible here. Because Spirit knows that right now you have to count on Spirit. You have to rely and trust on yourself and Spirit here, and Spirit knows that. Remain adaptable. This is a hummingbird. I don't know if you noticed this. This is a hummingbird. Now, hummingbirds, when they take flight, they can go forward, back, up, and down. But if you notice their wings go in the shape of an infinity, this is you. This is you. What else? Nope, that is it. Okay, so Leo, let's find out a blessing that is headed your way. A blessing that is headed towards Leo right now. Oh yeah, sacred divinity. Wow. Look at that. They're 2 paths ahead. Look at that. There's this path, right? And there may be another path. Oh, look at that. Maybe 2 paths. Yeah, 2 paths ahead here. And whatever choice you make, trust it because it's going to be the right one for you. So we have a choice and we have a path. Remember, we may not be feeling like we see a path with that moon card, but it's there. Now let's get a little bit more about this sacred divinity here. There are 2 paths ahead, 2 choices for the blessing that is coming towards Leo. Oh, caterpillar. Okay. Oh my God. Opportunity. Okay. Okay. The secret is, okay, one path is going to be familiar. The other will be unfamiliar. And Spirit is saying, push yourself in the unfamiliar. If something smells, looks like the same, move away from it. This is your opportunity to really bring on some type of beautiful change. One that is unexpected, but for sure divine. All right, now before we end the reading, let's find out what Spirit wants you to focus on for the next 2 weeks. You know, what Spirit's guidance is, I should say, for the next 2 weeks for you, okay? What is Spirit's guidance for Leo for the next 2 weeks? Get rid of guilt. This is that 9. This is the, that's that 9 of Swords, guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So the next 2 weeks, we are accepting what we feel guilty about, but also not feeling bad or good about it. It's just, it was an experience here. So Spirit is absolutely helping you rid yourself of feeling bad, unworthy, guilty. You're not. You're none of those. Because what you're doing is releasing anything that doesn't help you grow, right? Because you're meant to grow in prosperity and abundance and love. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Love and light. Take care.